Hi there. Welcome to Apple World in the midst of the Great Plantation deal. Angelina Jolie has made one more stunning disclosure about why her children are frightened by Brad Pitt. Currently, I made them let the cat out of the bag for you earlier today. Angelina Jolie has made a few stunning new charges against Brad Pitt in new court records. The entertainer claims Pitt stifled one of two or three's kids and struck one more in the face. When we last found out about Angelina and Brad's separation, we'd come to realize that Angelina was purportedly undermined and abused by Brad while she was hitched to him, yet the new disclosures made by Angelina shed light on how Brad abused their children as well, and obviously there was some serious brutality included too. The children went through extreme injury. Furthermore, they are purportedly frightened by their own dad. Is Brad truly answerable for youngsters' injuries? Is there something else to these charges? Stay blocked to figure out Cooper. These are truly difficult cases. Brad and Angelina have gone into one more huge show with the new Great Plantation deal. The two of them co-possessed House Miraval Great Plantation in the south of France, and as per their settlement, Angelina or Brad couldn't offer their advantage in that frame of mind to an outsider or any other individual without one another's consent anyway. Angelina as of late finished the offer of the Great Plantation, and accordingly Brad sued her. They're battling in light of the fact that Brad says Angie set old her portions in the organization without letting him know, subsequent to promising during their separate from that she wouldn't. She's coming out the opposite side and saying he's coming after her since he's frantic about the separation. Yet what occurred next is truly going to knock your socks off. Angelina Jolie is blaming ex-Brad Pitt for youngster misuse and aggressive behavior at home in a counter case she documented today in the common claim connected with their French winery. Jolie is saying that Brad Pitt struck one of their youngsters in the face, gagged one more, gotten and shook her, and poured lager and wine on every one of them. Well, evidently, Angelina was finished with Brad's fits, and she supposedly needed to open Brad's existence to the world. So what does Brad need to say regarding these claims? As per Brad's legitimate group, every one of the charges made by Angelina is totally false. Source guaranteed that outrage. Angelina's dreaming up everything, and she's simply utilizing an imaginary story to get what she believes. The insider likewise claimed that Angelina should reiterate change and reconsider her portrayal of an occasion that happened a long time ago by adding totally false data each time she neglects to get what she needs. Her story is continually advancing and subsequently can't be relied upon. However, it appears as though it wasn't imaginary. After all, there are a few events where Brad's supposed resentment issues couldn't be disregarded after his separation from Angelina. Brad was seen a few times out in the open, and without fail, his men dealt with any consequences regarding him so that Brad wouldn't accomplish something that he shouldn't. Angelina doing. Come on, folks! And it's not only a suspicion. Clearly, the lady admitted himself that he had extreme indignation issues and was additionally managing substance issues, especially liquor, during a meeting with Anthony Hopkins for an interview magazine. Brad admitted that he has outrage issues, and once in a while, they draw out the most horrendously terrible, and Brad said, "I lose it on occasion. I get sucked into something and I can lose it. I take my hands off the wheel." Anthony likewise got some information about his liquor issues, and he said, "I just considered it to be damage to myself as a break." A very long time after his separation from Angelina, Brad understood that he expected to surrender liquor. He has companions like Bradley Cooper who assisted him with getting level-headed. Yet there's one thing that's actually quite significant, and that is that Brad likes to remain on outrageous closures, and he's admitted that that is essential for his cosmetics. In Angelina's depiction of the plane episode, she said that Brad, in the supposed squabble, had spilled brew on the children and on Angelina too, in the wake of getting into a heated contention with Angelina and standing by. Brad likewise admitted that his beverage had arrived at past cutoff points during a meeting with NIT. Brad said, "I had accepted things to the extent that I could take them, so I eliminated my drinking honors." Brad also said that he went to AA gatherings to escape his liquor issues, and since it was a protected spot, Brad felt truly allowed to uncover the revolting sides of himself. Assuming you believe that his extreme drinking issues and outrage issues or every last bit of it, well, you're off base evidently. Brad likewise drank pot during a GQ-style interview. Brad said, "You know, when you're a stoner, you get these truly dumb thoughts. Well, I would rather not prosecute the others yet. I haven't come to Willie yet, and it gets considerably more clear that something occurred among Brad and his children when we hear one of his children discussing the kind of relationship they have with their dad. Could your father come and visit? You believe he should come visit. What's going on? What will occur with that? Is your relationship with him kind of finished? Or whatever happens, as indicated by Angelina's depiction of the plane episode? Brad had a heated argument with her, and afterward, he snatched Angelina by the head and shook her. He then grabbed her shoulders and shook her again, prior to driving her into the restroom wall. Pitt then, at that point, punched the roof of the plane various times, inciting Angelina to leave the restroom. When one of the kids came to Miss Jolie's guard, supposedly it was Maddox. Brad rushed at Maddox, provoking Angelina to get him from behind, as indicated by an insider source near Angelina. Maddox doesn't see himself as Brad's child. He despises the plane episode and how Brad treated him. The insider additionally uncovered that Angelina has attempted a few times to patch Brad and Maddox's relationship, but nothing's consistently worked. Angelina even made Maddox meet Brad, and the word on the road was that it was a directed visit. Yes, Angelina didn't abandon her child. Brad Pitt has met with his oldest child, Maddox. Interestingly, since the sort of plane occurrence back on September 14th, we're informed that they really met on Wednesday, but they sort of had a very brief gathering in an undisclosed area to the extent that we comprehended it was Brad and Maddox, and afterward, a sort of mediator. Specialist that has been relegated by kid administrations anyway, as per an insider source. The gathering finished in a matter of moments, and everything again went south since Brad got into one more contention with Maddox and blamed him for favoring his mother. The insider additionally uncovered that Maddox depicted Brad as somebody who has zero influence over his outrage and can do anything to anybody when he loses his cool, which happens much of the time since the last gathering. Maddox hasn't seen or conversed with Brad, and afterward, Maddox affirmed against his own father. During the preliminary, the U.S. Sun announced that Maddox had proactively given a declaration as a grown-up in the continuous care debate, and it wasn't exceptionally complimenting towards Brad. Purportedly, Maddox doesn't involve Pitt as his keep-going name on reports that aren't legitimate, and on second thought, he utilizes Jolie. Maddox likewise needs to lawfully change his last name to Jolie, which Angelina has said she doesn't uphold yet. That is simply Maddox, right? Shouldn't something be said about different children? Are they scared of Brad too? At first, Angelina conceded actual care of the children, while Brad just had appearance freedoms. Brad was given joint custody in May 2021 anyway. Angelina later won an allure against the fact that Angelina presently has sole authority, while Brad just has the appearance of their minor kids. And Maddox is certainly not a minor discussing different youngsters. An insider answered to US Week by Week that Brad isn't friendly with Maddox and Pax, and his girls likewise aren't partial to him either, and supposedly Shiloh and Zahara likewise have an extremely confounded relationship with Brad. Zahara is frequently seen with Angelina, however. We never saw either Zahara or Shiloh with a bra. Lena Jolie is partaking in a unique HBCU experience with girl Zahara at Spelman's homecoming. I'm so energized, I feel like my reality extends as their reality experience. Better believe it. I advanced such a huge amount from them, and definitely I love this stage. Everything went down throughout the end of the week in Atlanta. Zahara, a first-year recruit at Spelman, had her glad mom close by. Brad had additionally spoken through one of his delegates that he needs harmony now. Insider sources have additionally said the lady is as yet frantic for all the grotesqueness to end, despite the fact that it's excruciating and agreeing with Angelina about practically anything nowadays. Brad's enormous worry in this is making some kind of harmony for the children's sake, as well as his and Angelina's own fans feeling that the grotesqueness could have really happened for a really long time. Most fans accept that the plane occurrence wasn't whenever Brad first supposedly abused his kids, and his better half fan remarked, "I genuinely trust it was the initial time."